Welcome to our self-study online training. This program is for awareness of ISO 9001 2015 version. Now let me introduce myself to you. Uh, I start work even before I have record, but I just record since 2000. So I work more than 20 years, and this one is my lecturing history in Korea. And especially 2009, I got three programs. And the next year, yeah, six programs because I became popular in KFQ. And this is my uh, Six Sigma certificate. I have two Master Black Belt certificate, and I perform project by myself, five Black Belt project, and three Master Black Belt project. And I have more than 30 project consulting. And this is international ISO auditor certificate. I got certificate since 2012 for the QMS, and EMS I got 2015 since. And I have regular customer, more than 50 companies, including, it's not included for the surveillance audit or renewal because I don't lose my customer. And this is MBA, Master of Business Administration, and the course is Six Sigma. So I'm good in ISO and Six Sigma, and also management system. So let's start awareness of ISO 9001 2015 version. There are four chapters. The first one is Introduction to Quality Management. Because ISO 9001, we call it Quality Management System, simply QMS. So it's focused on quality management. So check, we will study for the quality management. What is the quality? What is ISO? And the second chapter is about quality management terminology. There are a lot of terminologies related with ISO 9001. And then the third part is details because there are 10 clauses from 1 to 10, and from 4 to 10 is the requirement for the ISO 9001. So we'll study about this. Then after that, we'll have case study, and correlation metrics is about comparison between 2008 version and 2015 version for the clauses. And finally, we can do together about the case study. Okay, let's start. So this one is what is quality and ISO, and what is the documentation, and what is the quality measurement principles. Let's check it one by one. ISO, it means International Organization for Standardization. ISO is focused on standardization, and QMS is the basis of ISO series because QMS ISO 9001 is about quality management system. So we have to know what is the quality. Actually, when we ask about quality, uh, we cannot define it simply, but this is my recommendation. Please remember quality as a customer satisfaction. It can be explained like fitness for use, conformance to specification, reliable performance, value for money. Yes, it's all means about customer satisfaction. So let's check more. Okay, now we have solid understanding of the quality. And now, what is the quality management? Let's take a look. Because in quality management, there are a lot of concepts and terminologies like this QC, QA, AQL, TQM, TQC. But don't worry, we'll start it one by one. Let's check quality management.
In this world of globalization, people are getting more demanding and everyone are requesting for high quality products and services. In order to gain the market and maximizing the profit, every organizations are striving for the better quality products and services. To achieving this high level of quality, organizations should emphasize the quality management, quality control, and quality assurance. Quality management is an action of controlling all the activities and tasks so that the company's products and services can always maintain in the excellent quality level. This quality management includes the determination of quality policies, creating and implementing the quality planning and assurance, and quality control and improvement. So, it can be said that the quality assurance and quality control are parts of the quality management. Quality management also refers to total quality management. Total quality management seeks the organization as a collection of processes and is emphasized on the continuous improvement of the processes. Continuous improvement must not only with improving the results, but more importantly with improving the capabilities to produce the better results in the futures. For the quality control and quality assurance, quality control is a process to make sure all the quality their products and services can be maintained or even improved and reducing or even eliminating the manufacturing errors. This quality control may require the organization to cultivate an environment and mindset that everyone in the organization need to fight for the target of zero defects. This can be done by sending their employees for training, creating the benchmark for the product's quality, and test for the products to check for statistically significant variation. It is important to establish a well-defined control so that it can help to limiting the rooms of error. For quality assurance, it is a methodology that used in development of products and services that ensure a level of quality products and services. Quality assurance emphasizes on the process and procedures that monitoring the different aspects of the process to detect and correct the problems or variation that meet the predetermined standards or requirements. In most of the company, different departments or divisions may play their important roles in implementing the quality assurance so that to ensure that the company can produce an excellent quality products or services that may help to build the positive reputation and increase the competency in the market. The most significant difference between the quality control and quality assurance is that quality control is more focused on whether the products or services has fulfilled the quality requirements or not. On the other hand, the quality assurance is more concentrated on the processes of developing a good quality products and services. In this video, we are going to do the case study about the usage of quality control, quality assurance, and quality management in the automobile industry. There are many automotive companies such as Toyota, Peugeot, Mitsubishi, Ford, Mazda, and many more. However, we are going to study on how the quality control, quality assurance, and quality management contribute to a better quality of Honda cars so that to achieve the customer satisfaction and to achieve the new targets of sales. This is because from the statistic, we can observe that the sales of Honda cars keeps increasing and reached the highest in the year of 2017. We are interested to know how they achieved this target and what is the effort that has been done. Honda is a large multinational corporation in Japan, and it was established in the year of 1948. According to the 2016 performance reports of Honda, Honda had produced 99% of perfect products. This means that they still have 1% of defects product. However, Honda are very concerned about this 1% of defections, and they wish to even eliminate the chances for their customer to getting the 1% of defects products. In order to achieve this target, they are aiming for 120% of products quality. Honda had created a quality cycle to achieve the 120% product quality. This quality cycle include the design and development department, production preparation department, production, testing and inspection department, and sales and service department. These departments work with each other in order to achieve the high quality cars.
Quality cycle start to enhance the quality from design and development department, as design and development department is essentially starting to initiate a good quality product. Honda always upgrade their product or design a new product. Although all the product go through a same manufacturing process, in order to design or develop a product, the R&D department of Honda is tasked with producing product drawing and evaluate them based on the feature, efficiency, and ease of producing, as well as to find change. The engineers will then check the technical errors according to the database that contain historical information and take corrective measure. The R&D department of Honda had created a drawing that will aid the production process and reduce the process variability and prevent the human errors. In addition to contributing ideas during the design and creation of drawings, the production department is also tasked with providing checking program and set of criteria for these options to mitigate the risk about quality. Besides, Honda use a number of special quality control process to correct recommendations and to provide appropriate methods. For example, Honda conduct regular inspections of quality standards at the supplier permits. When discovering a problem, they will dialogue with their supplier to share information and cooperate to improve the quality. Honda also apply and redesign their model into a rigorous process to test the quality before mass productions, with thousands of tests on every detail of the product. For production testing and inspection department, the production department of Honda had established the manufacturing control item and criteria for each part, process, and operations to prevent the product quality issue. The engineer used the manufacturing control item and criteria to verify the manufacturing variability. Honda manufacturing department had used a system called Line N Tester to test the quality of electronic system. Initially, the system was only used to test the cleaning and emission system. After that, the LET was expanded to meet the environmental requirement and create a comfortable driving experience for customers. Thanks to these revolutions, human quantitative assessment activity has been replaced by quantitative testing through connection to electronic control device of greater accuracy and confidence. Furthermore, Honda will visit to their part supplier manufacturer sites to audit for their production preparations and mass production stage. After the audits, Honda will communicate with the supplier to share about the audit results and discuss for quality improvement. Honda will also assure the long-term reliability through the meticulous durability testing. Several thousand checks will be conducted for those new and redesigned models to make sure that there is no quality issue before sending the models for mass productions. For sales and service department, customer first operations was established based on a combination of service and quality assurance to improve the efficiency of Honda service worldwide. The main objective of this unit is to give customer the most satisfaction by experiencing its service. Customer First Operations has set out three major policies. They not only develop a progressive business service space, but also provide convenient, reliable service to maximize and improve business performance. Customer Relations Center had also been established in Japan to handle problems from Honda customer politely, clearly, and quickly. They will also conduct customer survey to measure the customer satisfaction level, and Honda will make further improvement based on the feedback from the survey. In addition, they also emphasize on the principle of respect of the individual and the three joys, which is the joy of buying, the joy of selling, and the joy of creating. Honda work in partnership with dealer to increase customer satisfactions, to allow them to continue handling the product with confidence at every stage, from purchase to after-sale service, ensuring that high level of satisfaction is provided to customer at all times.
Quality control tools used in collecting and analyzing data, identifying root cause, and measuring the results. These tools are related to numerical data processing, which can provide great process tracking and analysis that are useful for quality improvement. These tools make quality improvement easier to see, implement, and track. All these tools are important due to its effectiveness in solving problems. Therefore, they are used widely at manufacturing field to monitor the overall operation and continuous process improvement. The modes of defects on production line are investigated through direct observation on the production line and statistical tools. So, Honda company adapts and applies the basic 7 QC tools to solve the problem encountered in their company. The 7 QC tools used are cause and effect diagram, Pareto diagram, check sheets, scatter diagram, histogram, stratification, and X-bar chart. Honda used cause-effect diagram and Pareto diagram to do analysis in the plan section of the PDCA cycle, so that they could plan and decide an action to solve the root cause and problems that found in order to achieve the objective of their company. The check sheet enables the Honda employee collect their data to compile it in the simplest way. It is a spreadsheet that includes guidance and procedure, which enables the operator follow the task and execute inspection and record data before moving on from one process to another. Additionally, the collected data from the check sheet can be used as input data for other 7 quality control tools as well. At the same time, the scatter diagram is used by Honda company to determine and analyze the relationship between the two variable combinations. For example, they use scatter diagram to check the nugget size of spot welding and thickness of paint so as to make sure their works are actually satisfying to the defined standards. The stratification is a method of dividing data into subcategories and classify data based on group, division, class, or level that help in deriving meaningful information to understand an existing issue. The X-bar chart is to determine the process given output is stable and predictable. If there is a plot of data out of the upper control limit and lower control limit, then they will immediately investigate the problem so as to prevent the condition become worse at time. Besides that, the data obtained in the production can also be used to determine the process capability index for the process. Meanwhile, the histogram is used for breaking out process data into regions or bins for determining frequencies of certain events or categories of data. So now comes to the end of our video presentation. Let me summarize the overall finding of our assignment topics. The 120% of product quality practice is very suitable approach for Honda to achieve the customer satisfaction. Honda has good customer service after sales and always try to solve customer problem. Honda has well organized company and every department cooperate with each other to work together to foresee and solve the problems. Honda also utilized the quality control tools that can help them to find the variation in production. Honda even showed their concern to the small amount of customers which may receive the defective product and keep strive for totally zero defect target so that they can fully gain the trust and support of their customer. Honda can benchmark the other competitors to compare with them and realize the inadequacy in them, achieve higher customer satisfaction, and last, achieve new level of product quality and higher sales.
Okay, we study about quality management. And please remember, quality management consists of 4 elements. The first one is quality planning. Second one is quality assurance. Third one is quality control. The last one is quality improvement. So always putting planning first, quality planning. Then for the quality assurance, this more focus on the process, and quality control is about analyzing defect data. And quality improvement, from those activities we can improve our quality. So it shows well, and it can explain about quality management all. So even we study about quality management, about QC and QA, mostly in the company there are QC department or QA department, or sometimes the big global organization they have QC and QA department together. So let's check QC and QA. What is the QC and what is a QA more deeply, because this concept is important for the quality management. Actually, for the quality planning and quality improvement, yes, we can do it by ourselves. But QC and QA, we need more solid understanding. So let's check what is QC and QA.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Kaizen Star. Do you want to work in a quality department in a reputable organization? Do you know the differences between quality control and the quality assurance? In this video, we will discuss the differences and illustrate it to you. So let's start our video now. Let's start with the definition. Simply, quality control is used to verify the quality of the output or product, like identifying defects. But quality assurance is used to ensure quality of process which used to produce a product. Actually, definition not only the difference, as they are different also in the scope and focus area, as you will find that. Quality control aims to identify and correct defects in the finished product. So it is a reactive process, as it deals with the output of process after being developed. On the other hand, quality assurance aims to prevent defect from occurrence. So it is a proactive approach or a proactive process, as it focuses in process performance which produce the product itself. Goals also different between quality control and quality assurance, as goal of quality control is to identify defects after a product is developed and before its release. But quality assurance goal is improved development and test processes so that defects don't arise when the product is being developed. As both had goals, so logically each one had different approach to achieve that goal. And you will find that quality control finds and eliminates sources of detected quality problems through tools and equipment. But quality assurance establishes a good quality management system and the assessment of its adequacy, and also perform periodic conformance audit of the operations of the system to make sure that everything is in place as per organization design. Each function needs someone to be responsible for it, As per our comparison, quality control is usually the responsibility of a specific team who perform analysis and inspection for product and defects. But quality assurance is the responsibility of everyone who involved in product development. Quality control and quality assurance use statistical techniques, but they are different little bit. As in quality control, statistical tools and techniques are applied to finished product process outputs, and they are called as statistical quality control, SQC. But in quality assurance, statistical tools and techniques are applied to process inputs and operational parameters, and they are called statistical process control, SPC. Let's recap what we say in this video. Quality assurance refers to the process used to create the deliverables. Example of quality assurance include process checklists, project audits, and methodology, and standards development. Quality control refers to quality-related activities associated with the creation of project deliverables. Quality control is used to verify that deliverables are of acceptable quality and they are complete and correct. For example, quality control activities include inspection, deliverable peer reviews, and the testing process. In other words, quality assurance activities are determined before production work begins, and these activities are performed while that product is being developed. In contrast, quality control activities are performed after the product is developed. Here we have finished our video. Thank you for watching us. If you're interested,
Okay, we watch also about the QC and QA. So how about checking again? There are another video for the QA and QC. So as you see, QA has more wider meaning than QC. So most of the time, whenever I have some consulting or lecturing in the company, I recommend them focus on process, not only QC. We need to focus on the process so we can prevent the failure. We don't want to control our product by chance. And then let's think about AQL. What is AQL? Actually, for the inspection, sampling inspection, we use AQL. Let's check AQL.
In China and throughout Southeast Asia. In this video, you'll learn everything you need to know to use the industry standard AQL chart for product sampling and inspection. So let's get started. Before we get into the details of AQL and how it's used for inspection, let's first look at why you might use sampling instead of inspecting 100% of an order. Inspection of 100% of an order is 1. Costly, and 2. Time consuming. Whereas inspection of a random sample of product saves time and money while still providing an accurate look at an order of goods. In this way, an inspector is able to take inventory, pull a random sample of goods, and inspect the units in the sample to report statistically significant findings. Now, let's talk about AQL. AQL stands for Acceptable Quality Limit or Acceptable Quality Level. For the purposes of product inspection, AQL represents the highest number of quality defects allowed in a certain ratio or sample of product. If the number of quality defects found exceeds this AQL, that order generally fails inspection, and in the event of a failed inspection, the importer or manufacturer may decide not to ship the finished goods, but instead to rework them or carry out some other corrective action. Here is the AQL chart, a QC industry standard derived from the American National Standards Institute and the American Society for Quality. Included in the chart, you'll see lot sizes, general inspection levels, and special inspection levels. On the reverse of the chart, you'll find sample size code letters, sample sizes, acceptable quality levels, accept maximums, and reject minimums. So how do you use this AQL chart to determine sample sizes? Let's look at an example. We'll use the example of an order of LED light bulbs to keep it simple. Imagine you have an order of 960 bulbs that you need inspected prior to shipping, and you want to know what sample size to use during inspection. First, let's look back at the AQL chart. Find your lot size, 960 pieces in the range of lot sizes shown. If you look to the right of that lot size range, 501 to 1200, you'll see 3 general inspection levels. G1, showing the sample size code G, G2, showing the sample size code J, and G3, showing the sample size code K. We'll stick with the general inspection levels, since you'll typically use these for inspection rather than special levels. And let's say you want a relatively large inspection scope, but you're working on a budget. So you choose G2 level inspection with a sample size code of J. Now, let's turn to the reverse side of the AQL chart. Find your lot size letter J among the list shown on the left. You can see that the sample size corresponding to J is 80 pieces. Now you know your sample size. 80 bulbs. So out of your total lot size of 960 bulbs, you'll want to pull a random sample of 80 bulbs to inspect. And remember, you'll want to pull samples from different parts of the lot. So if the finished bulbs are packed in cartons, be sure to pull samples at random from multiple cartons at the front, rear, top, and bottom of the lot. Otherwise, you might skew the results of your inspection. The last step in using the AQL chart for inspection involves determining the AQL, the maximum number of defects allowed in the sample for inspection to pass. Let's look at the reverse side of the AQL chart again. Notice that the chart shows a row of acceptable quality levels along the top. Product inspection generally uses 3 inspection levels. 1 for critical defects, 1 for major defects, and 1 for minor defects. Critical defects are typically those that pose a safety hazard to the consumer. And you'll probably want to use an AQL of 0 there, the most common choice. Major defects are those that affect the functionality of the product or might otherwise lead to returns from customers. You might use an AQL of 4.0. Minor defects typically don't affect product function and aren't likely to result in customer returns or complaints. You might use a more lenient AQL of 6.5 for minor defects. Now let's get back to your light bulbs example. You have your sample size of 80 bulbs, and you want to determine the number of critical, major, and minor defects to allow. As I said a moment ago, an AQL of 0 for critical defects is most common, so let's assume inspection will fail if you discover a single critical defect with the order. On the AQL chart, find your sample size of 80 pieces. Now look for an AQL of 2.5, a common standard used for major defects when inspecting consumer products. You'll see 2 numbers where the sample size row and AQL column meet in the middle. 5 on the left, showing the maximum number of defects acceptable, and 6 on the right, showing the minimum number of defects that will result in a failing inspection of this sample size. Now you know that if you find more than 5 major defects in your sample of bulbs, the order fails inspection. Look back at the AQL chart once more and find your sample size of 80 pieces. Then find the AQL 4.0, which is commonly used for minor defects when inspecting consumer products. In the middle, you find the maximum number of acceptable defects is 7, and the minimum rejected number is 8. So now you know that if you find more than 7 minor defects in the sample during inspection, the order fails inspection. Here's what an AQL result might look like in an actual inspection report. Now you've just learned why it's often better to inspect a sample instead of 100%. What is AQL and how is it used for sampling during inspection? How to determine a sample size with AQL? And how to determine the number of defects allowed in a sample. But wait, there are just a few more vital points you need to consider. First is that acceptable quality limits cannot be set for inspections that do not use AQL sampling. AQL depends on a certain statistical sampling, and AQL can't be applied without it. Second, it's generally the importer who determines AQL. An independent inspector can recommend AQL levels of 0, 2.5, and 4, for example, based on their own experience. But the importer has their own expectations for quality, and AQL is often adjusted as a result. Lastly, the importer typically has the final say in terms of whether or not to accept an order of goods. An inspection report might show that an order failed inspection, but the importer may decide that AQL was too strict and give the supplier the okay to ship the goods anyway. Likewise, the importer might find the inspection criteria were too lenient and ask the supplier to hold the order for rework. It all depends on the individual importer's appetite for risk and their tolerance for quality issues. Well, there you have it. It's that simple. Thanks for watching, and stay on top of your quality control.
Okay, we study about AQL. And please remember, the one which mentioned in the video as a importer is a customer and shipper is a provider. So that means even we, manufacturer or shipper, is good in our quality. But if the measurement system is not aligned with our customer side, it's a big problem. So that's why in cause and effect diagram, they mentioned 5M plus 1E. So one of M is about measurement. The 5M consists of man, machine, method, material, and measurement. So measurement is important. That's why in quality measurement system, also we have to know about measurement system analysis. We have to align our measurement system to our customer. So once we declare it as a good, then customer should have the same result. If we have fail, no good, or NG, not good, then customer should say same way. Then before wrap up this time, let's study about TQM and TQC is coming from Japan, and also Japan affect to ISO standard because there are commonly three major groups to affect to ISO, and one is Europe, second one is USA, and third one is Japan. It's coming from it. The total means the whole employees together with employer. So total quality management, what is it?
In this video, we will be learning about the concept of total quality management, also referred to as TQM for short. We will learn what is total quality management, what are the principles of total quality management, and what are its limitations. In today's global markets, competition continues to get harder, and it is becoming essential for companies to provide more consistent or better quality products and services to their customers. In order to provide such quality products and services that meets or exceeds customers' expectations, a key management approach, such as total quality management, should be implemented by organizations. So what exactly is total quality management? Well, total means the involvement and input of everyone in the organization, from top management to its employees. Quality means fully meeting customer needs and requirements all the time. And management is the way we act and operate our policies and procedures, including our training and instruction to all our employees. Thereby, TQM can be defined according to Karan Hazmi, 2007, as a management philosophy that seeks to integrate all organizational functions such as marketing, finance, engineering, customer services, and so forth, to focus on meeting customer needs and organizational objectives. And these are the quality gurus in history, who each played a part in developing the quality management approach of TQM as it is today. They are W. Edwards Deming, Joseph M. Juran, Armand V. Feigenbaum, and Philip B. Crosby. Following are the 8 principles of total quality management. The first principle is customer focus, whereby the company must place the customer at the center of attention in order to understand their needs, so that they can meet or exceed their expectations. The second principle is leadership, by establishing a unity of purpose and organizational direction, where all members of an organization can share a common goal or aim. The third is the involvement and utilization of the entire workforce by creating an environment without fear that encourages every employee's involvement and achievement of the organization's objectives. Fourth is process approach, recognizing that things accomplished as a result of processes. The fifth is the strategic and systematic approach to management. A company's strategic plan must incorporate quality as its core component. The strategy here is doing the right things, right, the first time and every time. The sixth is continual improvement, creating a culture of continuous improvement for zero defects, zero errors and zero accidents. The seventh is factual approach to decision making, meaning decisions must only be based on accurate, relevant and reliable data and information. And the eighth principle is mutually beneficial supplier relationships, where both the company and the supplier can benefit from one another's resources and know-how, resulting in value for all. Now, as with any organizational system, total quality management has its limitations, though it may differ from one company to another. As such, let's look at two limitations that occur with this management approach. The first is cost in time and money. Implementing TQM systems can take many years. During these long years, substantial costs can accrue due to the lengthy process of training employees, which also takes a significant investment by the company in terms of money and the utilization of resources. So, adopting the TQM process can be quite expensive and exhausting. Second is the fear of change. Because of increasing global competition, many organizations are replacing the traditional approach with a TQM approach. However, there are those employees that resist change due to uncertainty, doubt, and fear from these rapid global changes. And this is what sometimes, but so hold in organizations with successfully implementing the TQM system. Despite these limitations above, there are companies that have successfully implemented the TQM approach and have gone on to achieve long-term success, growth, and survival. An example of such a company would be the Toyota Motor Company. In relation to TQM, they put the customer first. Second, they continually improved their products, also referred to as Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. And third, they fostered total participation by encouraging all employees to be involved in making effective contributions towards the development of the company and the achievements of its objectives.
Okay, that is a good explanation for the TQM. Actually, for the 8 principles, that is 2008 version, we'll study it later about the quality management principles. By the way, that is a good concept for understanding of TQM. So all the employees together with employer, they have to engage in quality management. So the final one, let's see what is TQC.
The question is about QMS. Difference between TQC versus TQM. The question is asked by Mr. Sarveshwar from Ashok Leland, Chennai. This is regarding the 5 great contributors for quality movement. You had mentioned about Armand B. Feigenbaum for the total quality control, TQC.
Okay, what's his question?
What is the basic difference between TQC and TQM, total quality management?
Mr. Sarveshwar of Ashok Leland, Chennai. Good. TQM versus TQC. TQM is for the continual improvement of the processes. Here, processes does not mean just manufacturing related processes such as assembly, machining, or drilling, so on. Here it means QMS processes such as purchasing, marketing, ordering of an equipment, designing of a product, so on. So processes we have to understand very carefully. TQM, continuous improvement of the processes. Whereas TQC is focusing on standards, maintaining the standards throughout the process, because standards are the reference points for us wherein we refer and take the inputs and perform the process. So TQM and TQC serve different purposes. Nice.
Okay, let's wrap up the first class. So we study about what is quality. Simply we can say quality is customer satisfaction. And what is quality management? Quality management consists of 4 parts. The first one is quality planning. Second one, quality assurance. Third one, quality control. The fourth one, quality improvement. And we study more about what is QC and what is QA, what is the difference. And also we study about AQL. Actually that is really important for the quality related department, because we cannot inspect 100%. Yes, of course, some company they are doing. Even my former company, they inspect 100%. But if not taking 100%, we prefer to take random sampling inspection. So in that case, AQL is really efficient. And then we study about TQM and TQC. What is a TQM and what's the difference between TQM and TQC? TQM is more focused on the continual improvement. TQC is a maintaining quality. Okay, this is the end of first class. See you next class.